As you can see, life brought me to a new city, the city of Montreal, and I figured this would be the perfect time to visit because it's summer. But little did I know, this summer's weather is pretty crappy. It's been raining for a few days, and so I haven't had the chance to go into the city center and film. But today it seems pretty clear, so we're gonna hop on the metro and go to the city center, see what the city's all about, maybe talk to some people. You know the drill. Welcome to Montreal. Batch Montreal with the other North American cities in terms of architecture, because here they have the French, the European influence. Check it out. All the buildings, it gives you a different feel here in old Montreal, and it has to do with the French colonization back in the day, which is also the reason why they speak French here, not only in Montreal, but in the whole province of Quebec. Are you from Montreal?
No, I'm from Denmark.
You're from Denmark? Oh, wow. What brings you to Montreal?
To play with my band over here. So we've been on a tour for what is now 5 days, and we're going to stay for 5 more days, and then we go back to Denmark.
That's awesome, man. So what can you tell us? Like, what's the highlight? What can you tell us about Montreal for someone who's never been here?
Poutine.
Poutine, huh?
That's a highlight in a very nasty way.
Better than the food in Denmark?
Not at all.
That looks like one of the funnest garbage shifts that I've ever seen in my life. We're like 2 minutes into the video and we've already seen a Danish man playing a darbuka and a bunch of half-naked garbage men throwing trash while blasting music. I would say that Montreal is already a very, very interesting place.
J'habitais Paris avant.
Ah, ok. C'est très différent.
Ah, rien à voir. Rien à voir.
Le gens, il est plus sympathique ici ou là-bas?
C'est plus simple ici, c'est plus facile, mais les gens sont faciles d'approche, mais après ils t'oublient.
Ah oui.
Alors qu'en France, c'est plus difficile d'approche, mais après on est dans un cercle.
Le Mont-Royal. C'est très beau à voir la ville et tout ça. Les chemins. Tu as le vieux port. Tu as beaucoup de choses. Tu as le métro qui est souterrain.
So as you can see, downtown Montreal is a lot more modern than the old town we were earlier. You can see all the construction here, office buildings. And this is probably where you have the most movement of people. I still don't understand what the point of this ring is, to be honest. So we saw a little bit of the contrast between the old town and the downtown Montreal, the modern part. We also saw a little bit of the difference between the French accent and the Quebec accent. And now we need to see the difference between Montreal food and the rest of the world food. So I figured now that it's lunchtime, we're gonna go find something typical Canadian, Montreal, Quebec to eat. Let's go. So are you from here? I have a question. What's the best thing that I can eat in Montreal? What would you say? Like the best food?
Depends what you like.
Some typical for Montreal, the best.
Well, it's famous for bagels and smoked meat.
Bagels and smoked meat. Do you have a place that you like for the smoked meat?
Not my favorite, but the one where they line up all the time is on Boulevard Saint Laurent. I think around Bag Avenue.
What's your favorite one?
Lester's.
Lester's. All right, gotcha. Thank you, man. Have a good one. Guy looked like he knew what he was talking about, so I guess we're going to Lester's.
Lot of blessings piling up that I ain't even wished for. None left over for y'all. I'm locking the fridge door at the crib, cutting hits. I read through the catalog, came to conclusion, no one's touching it.
You want the combo here with fries, pickles, and a drink?
Yeah, is that like that's the most common thing?
Yeah. You
Cool.
have the regular or you have the super? Are you very hungry or just a little bit?
Let's go for the super. Let's see how
go for the super.
see how it is.
And you like mustard?
Mustard, yeah, sure.
Here's
Oh
the
wow,
super.
you weren't joking when you said it was super.
Yeah, I know.
What's the main difference with the Montreal smoked meat? Do you know? Like what's special about it?
It's the best one. And you have the house mustard here. That's so special. Look.
Yeah. what? Is that like a trick you play on people? Has anyone not fell for it?
Huh?
Has anyone not fell for it?
Everybody. Sometimes few times. Yeah.
Oh my god, that was great. They already put mustard inside here, but she said if you want some more, put some more. It's an insane amount of meat, but it is incredible. I just want to say thank you to the guy in the middle of the square who recommended this place. He knows what he's talking about. This is the locals' recommendation here in Montreal. So there's other Montreal smoked meat places that you can go to that, you know, I'm not sure if they're better or worse than this place, but really popular, lines out the door, all the hype. But here we didn't even have to wait for a line. Like, it's a low-key spot. Only the locals know about it. Check it out. It's a very quiet, here in a Montreal neighborhood. You got all the menu stuff. The staff is super friendly. They've been super nice. And you can see like all this classic Montreal stuff all on the walls. This is one of the most cultural Montreal things that you can do while you're here. Have some Montreal smoked meat in a classic Montreal smoked meat place. Like, what's the deal with the Montreal smoked meat? Like, it's just meat, huh?
It's beef brisket, same way pastrami is, same way corned beef is, and all that other stuff. It's the way we make it, the way we prepare it. And we steam it twice. We slice it by hand, super thin pastrami. Everybody's just chopping you a pork chop at the end of the day. They're going as fast as they can. They're not really giving it the love and patience that a real piece of work deserves. You know, smoked meat cutters are a dying breed of artists that don't exist anymore. Most of the ones that are still doing it are in their later 50s and older. Young people don't want to spend the years to learn how to do this.
So what's happening now? Like, moving forward?
We're seeing the death of deli.
What?
The death of the deli.
Really?
Yeah, they're disappearing everywhere. Look in New York City, there was a deli in every single corner 40 years ago. You can't even find one that's decent anymore.
Wow, I didn't realize that. I didn't think about that.
You know, and just people don't want to put the work in. And it's not easy work running a deli and working the smoked meat counter and being in front of a steamer for 10 hours a day on your feet, blasting full heat and cutting by hand. It's exhausting on your feet, it's exhausting on your hands, it's exhausting on your mind.
Could you show me some of the
Come around.
Ooh. I guess this is where they boil everything, huh?
Yeah.
Here, he's slicing it and they
Boil it, we steam. Steam, corned beef is boiled.
Corned beef boiled. So this is the smoked meat.
It's been smoked, it's been brined, it's been smoked. And then we give it two things, we give it two steams. One to bring it to tenderness and servability, and then the second one to actually cut.
Oh,
Because
got
a brisket can need 3-4 hours to steam before it's actually ready to serve, or else it would be too tough. You know, for it to be soft like that, what he's doing right now, it's been steamed once for multiple hours, and now he steamed it again to bring it to temperature. It's a lot of work that goes into it, but that's also why we're able to cut it the way it is, and that's why it's as juicy as it is.
Damn, he's slicing it manually, everything that I ate, right?
Everything you eat here is cut by hand. No jokes. All our guys on the board cut by hand. It's what makes it so special. It's what gives it such a good flavor and why it's so soft. You know? This is all your meat. Getting ready for dinner now. Some of these eat a few hours before they're ready to go.
Wow.
We don't even have to put more depending how busy you get.
Yeah, I'm gonna put now.
That's it.
That looks amazing, man.
It's crazy, huh?
That's amazing.
It's delicious.
How did you guys get popular here? Like, what was
Montreal, smoked meat's always been a staple of Montreal.
Yeah.
You know, when the Jews immigrated, like all the Jewish immigrants came from Eastern Europe after World War II, you got the ones that went to Montreal, the ones that went to New York here and there. Then you got corned beef, you got pastrami, and you got smoked meat. Montreal ended up with smoked meat, New York got pastrami. And it just became a staple. And you come to Quebec, everybody wants poutine, but if you come to Montreal, everybody wants smoked meat.
Wow. Look at that.
It's delicious.
Dang, these guys, they know what they're doing, man.
Enjoy your trip.
Thank you so much. All right, so now everything really makes sense, because as I was walking to the smoked meat place before, I noticed that there's a lot of Orthodox Jews walking around. It's the neighborhood that a lot of the Jews immigrated to from Eastern Europe, and that's why the smoked meat place is here, and that's why we're gonna head down the street to a Jewish bakery called Chesky's, and we're gonna try the babka. All right, guys, we're gonna give this a go here on the side of the street, in the neighborhood, as legit as it gets. The Chesky famous chocolate babka. If you don't know what a chocolate babka is, here you go. Multiple layers, loaded with chocolate. It's a very famous, I guess, Eastern European Jewish pastry. Let's give it a rip. Oh boy. Woo. That's so good. Wow. You know, this is what I hate about food videos. There's no words can explain to you what my mouth is feeling right now. Look at it. They don't go easy on the chocolate at all. The Gatorade babka combination is next level. So what did we learn so far today, guys? You gotta go with the flow. You gotta talk to the locals. Even if they're not that friendly, at least ask them what their favorite restaurant is. And then you'll end up learning a lot more. See, we just stopped one guy in the park. We asked him what his favorite food is. He told us, Lester's, go there. We went there. The guy there was super nice, told me to go to Chesky's, get the babka. Now we're on our own, but we wouldn't have done all that if we didn't stop people in the street and ask them. This is a perfect place to take a nap. Park Montreal. On the weekend, people put out the blankets here, they chill. There's the main square over there, and then all the way at the top, I think there's a church. But right now, in the middle of the week, it's super chill. There's barely any people, and it's a great way to escape the craziness of the city, which is right up here. Good old Montreal. All right, I think that wraps it up for today. Obviously, this video isn't showing you everything that Montreal has to offer, but I think we got a pretty good first look. And, you know, when you just go with the flow, good things happen. Next video, I kind of want to focus more on the people, where they're from, what languages they speak, how they see Montreal, and maybe through them we can find some more interesting cultural spots throughout the city, which I'm sure there are many of them. So, that's all. What more can I say? Summer in Montreal. Let's go.